Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Joey again. You're watching Vegas D-Tech. We are out here today on another glorious day at Cornerstone Park, and we're going to be doing another e-scooter review. Today we're going to be working with a company called Awesome, and behind me is their new DT1 Pro electric scooter. It's a 2,000 watt scooter, 52 volt, 18.2 amp hour battery, two 1,000 watt motors, one in the front, one in the back. It is suggested that it can get 47 miles of range. It tops out at 41 miles per hour, has 10x3 all-terrain tires, 68 pounds total weight for this scooter. It can hold up to 265 maximum pound load, and it has a 46% climbing ability in dual mode. Wow. So let's jump on over here and take a closer look at the DT1 Pro. First thing that stands out is this very nice 9-inch wide deck. That means that you're going to be able to stand side by side for a nice comfortable riding position if you want to switch over to that. It's got a step pedal in the rear here for sport mode. And if you come down below, guys, you can see the 10x3-inch knobby all-terrain tires, and it comes with Zoom hydraulic brakes. As you can see, it does have independent suspension in the rear, and it does have some sort of a coil suspension in the back and in the front. Now, from what I can tell here, this suspension, normally you have an open coil which would compress when you hit bumps. This one here is kind of closed. They did it reverse to where when you hit a bump, it pulls the suspension apart and the spring wants to bring it back together. It does suggest that this type of suspension is going to be a little bit more stiff, but we won't know until we actually get it out here onto the track. It does come with like a carbon fiber-ish front and rear hugger fenders. Coming up to the top, you got these ergo style grips, and they are adjustable here. You could just undo this nut and swing this thing down to a nice rideable position and tighten it back up again. You do have these end caps here that you could pull out and mount mirrors. If you take a look at these controls here, we do have a trigger throttle. I do like this a lot better instead of the thumb style. I'll explain that out to you when we get out onto the track. Power button, up, down, power modes, and you do have your hydraulic brake lever. On the left side, you're going to have the same type of situation with your handles, locking grip. For your left-hand controls, you're going to have left-right turn signal. You're going to have your dual motor switch here. When you punch this thing in, it will turn red and it will activate the scooter into a dual mode. The instrument cluster is a full color cluster. To turn it on, you're going to hold your power button down for 2 seconds. It will do an initial boot up and it'll ask you for your security card, which is the NFC card. All you're going to do is take your NFC card, hold it in the front, it will identify it, and then your instrument cluster and your scooter will be on. I normally don't hang it like this, only for the review do I have it up front. Normally I have this on my keychain, but it's going to prevent people from just taking your scooter and riding off on it if it happens to be in front of a store if you go inside. To take a look at the cluster here, on the left-hand side, you're going to see that we are currently in park mode. To change that, you're just going to hit your up arrow. When you hit your up arrow, it's going to take you to eco mode, and the lower grid here will light up. You hit your button again, and it will take you to sport mode. You hit it again, and it'll take you to race mode. On the very top here, guys, you're going to see 57.1 volts, also with a battery reference meter down below, so you can have a good idea of how much power you have left in your battery. On the right-hand side, you're going to have your mile per hour cluster. It does show all the way up to 160, but in this situation, this scooter will take you up to 41 miles per hour. Another awesome feature on this here is the dual charging port. So you have 2 charging ports. The company provides you with one 2-amp battery brick. It will take you 9 hours to charge this up if you're using just the one. However, if you buy another battery pack and you charge them both together, it'll take you between 4 and 5 hours to fully charge this battery. On the front, we have a headlight, which if you need to turn it on, you're going to hold the up button for just 1 second, and the light should come on. There's a unique feature underneath the light here is a little access door. You'll pull it down, you'll have 2 USB ports, a USB-C, and I believe this is USB-A. If you want to use these ports here, you could run this up to your phone, which is mounted up here so it charges while you ride your scooter. We do have an integrated tail light, and if you hit the brakes, brake light as well. All right, so enough with all the specs and features of this scooter. Let me go ahead and grab my helmet, and I'm going to take you guys around Cornerstone Park. This park is quite wide. It's about a mile around the track. I'm going to take you around the track a couple of times, take you through the inclines, declines, and we'll do a high-speed run and see just what the DT1 Pro can do. Let's do it. All righty, guys, so we are on the awesome Leopard DT1 Pro. So to start off with, what are the riding aspects of this? How does it feel just first getting on it? Firstly, it feels like I'm really tall. It's got 10-inch tires, guys, and 6 inches of lift. So I'm already 6 feet tall, and if you got 6 more inches of lift under you now, this is what the world looks like if you are a 6'6" person. It does have a tall stock. The actual T-bar that's on it, it feels like it's a Segway. It's a lot higher than the Highboy that I reviewed just a day or so ago. The Highboy has a little bit lower stance, lower handlebar. This one here seems a lot higher. I have the scooter in a single motor mode. It does have the dual motor, but it is absolutely not needed for this area around here, guys. When I'm cruising around the park, I'm normally just trying to blend in with pedestrians that are around here. And the thing that's nice about the scooter is that it just stands so tall and skinny that it blends right in with walking traffic. You know, it's not quite an eyesore as, you know, some e-bikes are, you know, especially if you got traffic, you're just trying to blend in. Sometimes if you're on an e-bike and there's a lot of people walking around, they will generally look at you and not be too pleased. You might get a scorn. But with the e-scooter like this, you could easily just step off this thing. You know what I mean? So like if you see a lot of people and you feel like maybe you shouldn't be riding, you just stop and you just get off and walk your scooter, and like you know, nobody even looks at you twice. And then when you're clear, you could just go ahead and get back on and start riding again. So like I said, guys, we're in just a single motor mode. We're in Eco, which is the slowest that it can be in. And 9 to 12 miles per hour is actually the perfect, you know, speed for something like this, because you got pedestrians, people jogging and so forth. You don't want to be in their way and be too aggressive for this area. And guys, I like the finger activated throttle over here. I like this a lot better. Some people are like, they would rather have the thumb. I mean, on the e-bikes, I don't mind the thumb levers that go up and down. But the problem I have is if you're hitting a lot of bumps, your thumb tends to go up and down with the bumps in the road. And that makes for like jarring bursts of speed. When you're on the bike, you'll find yourself doing like little bumps like this when you have that. But when you have your finger, I can hold my finger in a certain locking way, and no matter how much I hit a bump, my finger's not going to go up and down. So I can hold my speed better with a trigger style. For me, it works better. For some other people, maybe they would rather have the thumb, but I feel more comfortable with the finger type of a throttle. Now the company does suggest that this guy here can go out into the, you know, the dirt area here. We'll take it out to the dirt and see. I have seen a lot of the commercials showing guys taking this thing out into the dirt and riding around, and I have no doubt that it can do that because of the ruggedness of the tires. However, I do find that this suspension is a little bit more on the stiff side. And my biggest worry here, guys, when we're out here clowning around in, you know, dirt hills and stuff like this, is I'm going to hit a pothole and it's just going to sink right into a pothole, or, you know, God forbid if the stem, you know, snaps and you go flying over the top of it. So for me, yeah, I'm not going to be doing too much off-roading stuff on this. But like I said, the company does suggest that it's an all-terrain type of a scooter and that you could utilize that if you wanted to. I just like the idea that I'm not, you know, regulated to only being able to be on a, you know, smooth surface. If I needed to cut across this right here and get down over there, I can actually take it through this with no problems at all. So I've never actually taken any type of a e-bike or e-scooter onto this grade right here, but this guy looks very, very steep. I can't imagine anything being able to make it up this. Awesome claims that the DT1 Pro can actually take up to 46% grade, which sounds impossible. But according to my phone, the app on here says that this thing is a 25% slope. So we're gonna see just how good can this DT1 Pro climb this. So we're gonna go ahead and put this to the test and see. I've got it in dual motors, because you're gonna need dual motors to climb up here. And we'll see, can this awesome DT1 Pro handle this incline? So let's go. I know it definitely has enough torque for it. So we're just gonna go ahead and start on it right here and go straight on up. Let's see. Absolutely. With dual motors on, it was able to take that thing like a champ. No problem at all. Alrighty guys, so I got a pretty good lonely stretch right here. We're gonna go ahead and take it on the high speed run. So I've got the scooter in race mode, dual motor is activated. I got the GPS on, so let's go ahead and get it. "21, 23, 26, 28, 31, 32, 33, 36, 35, 'So I don't know guys, the most I was able to get it up to was 36 miles per hour. And I have it fully, as far as I know, this is how it came out of the box. I don't think there's any unlocking that needs to be done. The company says it could do 41. I weigh about 200 with my gear and everything. I think I'm a total of 214. So quite possibly I'm heavy for the scooter. Now, according to the website, Awesome states that the specifications of this scooter right here was with a 143-pound rider. I'm 200, and I also carry another 14 pounds of gear. So I may be pushing right near the maximum payload, which I believe they say is 265 pounds, and I was only able to get to 36 miles per hour on this scooter, okay? I am not aware of it needing to be unlocked in any way. This is just how it came out of the box. And also the website suggests that the range of 47 miles per charge comes with a 143-pound rider going 15 miles per hour to stretch out the duration of that battery. So according to my phone app, I have about 17 miles on this scooter today from a full charge. We're down to about 51 volts, and I still see 3 bars on my battery. So, you know, and I've been on and off, you know, the dual motor. Mostly I've been in single motor. So with 3 bars left here, I mean, if I was to take this all the way down to 0, I'm thinking I could easily get 30, 35 miles off of this, you know, just triggering back and forth. I've been moderate on the dual motor mode, and like I was telling you before, according to the website, the Testa rider was 143 pounds going 15 miles an hour, and they were able to stretch out 47 miles on a single charge. But me at 214 pounds loaded, I'm gonna see closer to about 37 miles on a full charge. Yeah, guys, so, you know, I really think that this scooter could be a legitimate form of transportation for somebody that's looking for some, you know, cheap transportation to get around. And, you know, I found a way to hook up that bike bag right there to the top stem, and it locks perfectly. I got this little ring here I didn't put on, but once you put that ring on, it's good to go. So, you know, you can carry your personal belongings on it. You could lock the handle down and bring it into the store, or you could lock it out into a bike rack and just undo your bag and bring it in with all your personal goodies. And it has the speed to keep up with traffic. It has the range to get you back and forth, you know, without worry. It has the ability to climb steep hills. It has a decent top end speed to let you keep up with traffic. You could ride it in a lower speed mode onto the sidewalks, and it also has a very good climbing ability. With the twin 1000 watt motors, you're going to be able to climb grades safely and efficiently. And yeah, overall guys, if you're looking for a one-time buy, no registration, no insurance, and a durable, rugged machine, I like it. It's got that Pittsburgh Steeler kind of theme going on to it. Yeah, so for $11.49, which is on the Black Friday special, go ahead over to the website and take a look and see if this is something that might be good for you. Well, that's everything I have for you today, guys, on this review of the Awesome DT1 Pro. If you guys have any more questions or concerns, or if I didn't cover something and you need more information, a link to the website will be located down in the description box. Head on over there and have a look for yourself and see if this might be something for you. However, if this model is not for you, they have many other models out there that might suit your needs. So anyways, guys, I want to thank you guys again for coming out and hanging out with me today at Cornerstone Park on another e-scooter, e-bike review. I'm Joey, you're watching Vegas D-Tech. I will catch you guys on the next review. You guys be well now. Take it easy.